Okay guys, so here is an example from start to finish with dimensional analysis. So my question here, how many minutes are in 5 days? Below I have spaces already set up for where my conversion factors are going to go and what my chart looks like. I have a spot for my start, where I'm going to put in my conversion factors and my goal. So in this question, the first thing we want to ask ourselves is, what is the end unit going to be to answer this question? So you're going to respond in minutes, right? So minutes, we already know, will be our goal unit. So we can fill that in over here. Now our start, what we have to begin with. We want to know how many minutes are in 5 days. So 5 days becomes our start. Fill it in our chart. Okay, 5 days to how many minutes, we don't know this quite yet. To get there, we're going to need to fill in conversion factors. We're going to forget about this number 5 for a second. We don't want to do any math at the beginning. We are just going to find conversion factors that we can fill in here later. So this comes either from your knowledge that you have already. You could Google it if you needed to, right? This type of problem, these are things that we know already. We know that 1 day is equal to 24 hours. Right, so I started with a conversion factor that contains my start unit in it. I didn't know how to get from day right to minutes, but I do know how to get from days to hours. And I also know that in 1 hour, we have 60 minutes. Right? So we don't even have to think about this too hard. Don't try to do any math in your head or anything like that. Just write down the equivalent statements that we know already. Now that we have these, we have a conversion factor that has my start unit in it, and we have a conversion factor that has my end unit in it. We can start putting these in our chart. Okay? So our first goal here is to get days to cancel out, to change into some other type of unit. So I take my conversion factor that has days in it. I take the side that has day, and I make sure this lines up opposite of where days already is in my chart. So I put 1 day at the bottom. These will now cancel out, but I have to make sure I put the other side of my conversion factor up top. So I have used this entire conversion factor, cannot use it again, and cross it out. Days and days cancel out. My unit I have now in my chart is hours. It's not quite at minutes yet, so I need another conversion factor. Draw just a little line here to separate those. And I look at my other conversion factor here. I do have this unit hour, and I do have my end unit minutes. So I'm going to take this conversion factor now and put this in my chart. 1 hour, I choose to put on the bottom so that hours will cancel out. And the other side of my conversion factor needs to go up top, which was 60 minutes. And 60 minutes is now on the top. I use that conversion factor, can't use it again, but I am already at my goal unit. I'm at minutes, so I don't need any other conversion factors. Days canceled out, hours canceled out, I only have minutes left. Now I can go ahead and do the math. So you can plug this in your calculator. We want to multiply everything that's in the top. So 5 times 24 times 60, right? That is going to equal 7,200. And everything in the bottom, which is just 1 times 1, that just equals 1. So it doesn't change our answer at all. We get 7,200. And that goes with the only unit we have left, 7,200 minutes. Okay, so there's a problem from start to finish. It had multiple conversion factors in it. And hopefully this helps, guys.